back to I Got Questions. For those of you joining us for the first time, here on I Got Questions, we have the chance to interview various people from the Bible and hear their perspectives on the now famous story we all know and love. Now, for our viewers joining us again, just as promised, we got a good one for you today. And here with us for this special episode of I Got Questions is a twofer. Today's guests are two important women from the Bible. You could say they birthed the nation all through one man. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome our guests, Rachel Leah. From what we've read from the Bible, it seems that Jacob and Leah had planned to tie the knot, but Leah was the one who ended up having the best laid plans. She swooped in and became the first case in history of my sister stole my man. And that's our understanding of the story. Can you ladies shed some new light on what really actually happened?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you first.
No, I insist.
No. Age before beauty. You can go first. Just like you did with my husband.
There we go. Right out the gate.
I mean, it's why we're here today.
This is what I have to deal with all the time.
Ladies, please, can we see that there's still quite a bit of tension even after all this time? I'm going to jump in here and play referee. And this one's for you, Leah. Leah, so you knew that Jacob wanted to marry your sister, but still went ahead and plotted to go to Jacob that night. Did you think that you were going to have a happy life with him?
Well, something that a lot of people don't know is that I saw Jacob first.
That's rich. Lies.
No.
Lies.
If you would let me finish. I saw Jacob when he was coming into town. I tried to get to him first, but he had already seen you. And then he didn't even notice me.
Hi, I'm Leah.
Thanks, man. Take care of my camel for me.
Oh, that's even more pathetic. I mean, honestly, why would Leah even tell that story? It's humiliating. The woman has no pride, which is obviously why she went after my husband instead of finding one of her own. I would have kept that story to myself for all of eternity, but to each her own.
Okay, Rachel, now that hearing that Leah saw Jacob first, what do you feel about that situation?
I feel exactly the same. Leah may have seen him first, but Jacob saw me first. That sad story didn't change a thing.
I see. I have a follow-up question, though. How did you feel when you found out that what your father and sister had done?
To say hurt would be an understatement. Betrayed, deceived, cheated, conned, double-crossed, hoodwinked, swindled, bamboozled, backstabbed, led astray.
Okay, we get it. I don't know what she's so mad about. I mean, just because I got first crack at him. Girl, you still got to marry him. Like, I don't get what the big deal is. So tired of this. That's what I look like?
No, let me finish. She asked me a question. Where was I? Scammed, hustled, befooled. I would have never done that to you, Leah. I mean, I wouldn't have had to because I've never had to beg for a man. Never experienced that.
See, that right there. You've always been handed everything.
I've always been the favorite. My father doted on me as a child, which is why I didn't understand why he would betray me in that way and help Leah get my man. You say that as if it justifies your miserable plan. You know you were dead wrong. There were plenty of other shepherds around that you could have married. Jacob wanted me, and you just had to have him for yourself.
Rachel, you know none of the other shepherds wanted to marry me.
None. I don't believe you. Okay, I believe you. But still, that doesn't justify what you did. The Bible says that there was no sparkle in her eye, but apparently there was no sparkle in her soul either to attract anyone.
At least I didn't have to wait 52 years to have kids.
Well, at least my husband wanted to marry me. I would feel the utmost shame if the only way I could get married was to trick my husband into marrying me.
Well, obviously we aren't that different because our husband couldn't tell.
Ladies, can we please regather and focus? We're getting a little off topic here.
I apologize for my sister. She's incapable of functioning in social situations. It's one of the many reasons why she never had any friends or boyfriends for that matter. What was the question?
When you found out what your father and sister had done.
Oh, yes. I believe I answered that in detail. What's next?
Yes, you have indeed, and then some. Well, then the next one is for you, Leah. Did you ever feel any resentment for Jacob? It seems like you were always trying to gain his love and affection. You just revealed that he didn't even notice you when he first saw you. In fact, he didn't even notice that you were a woman. And even after you had his children, it was Rachel that he loved. So tell us about your internal struggles with never being enough for your husband.
Oh, I loved Jacob, even when he didn't notice me. I wouldn't say I was never enough.
Well, what would you call it then? Because even after he married you, he married me and loved me. You sound like a doormat.
If you would let me finish. I gave Jacob his first, second, third, fourth child. So I believe he developed a fondness for me.
A fondness? Like for a pet you don't like?
I'm sorry, I thought someone that had to have her servant have her children in her place said something.
I'm gonna have to jump in here again, ladies. How you passed your husband back and forth between your servants and amongst yourselves, like he was an appetizer for the whole table to share, it's for another time. In fact, I think our viewers are enjoying this so much that we're gonna ask that you return for the next episode of I Got Questions.
I guess so.
If it's what the people want.
Oh, they do. Now, it seems safe to say that you two haven't buried the hatchet.
Where would you get that ridiculous idea? I love my sister.
Yes, at the end of the day, this is my sister, and there's nothing but love between us now. Bury the hatchet with her? I should have buried the hatchet in her.
You could have fooled me. Well, that's all for this episode of I Got Questions. Thanks so much for staying with us for this interesting interview between creation's first sister wives. Rachel and Leah will be back. But for next time, tune in as we interview a woman who was so scorned from her rejection that she lied on an innocent man and got him thrown in prison. Well, that's all for now. We'll see you next time on I've Got Questions.